Hello and welcome to October's Jedi Mantis Tastes. And this month we are going to be trying the Dalmore. Not just any Dalmore, Dalmore King Alexander III. Now, before we do that, we do our history bit. The Dalmore distillery lies in the Highland region of the Whisky map of Scotland, which you can see up here. It's around 20 miles north of Inverness, on the banks of the Cromarty Firth, overlooking the Black Isle. It's owned today by the White and Mackay Limited. However, the history and legend of Dalmore dates all the way back to 1263, when Colin Kintail, who was the chief of the clan Mackenzie, saved King Alexander III of Scotland from a charging stag. And as a reward, Colin was granted three things: the lands of Eileen Donan, if I've said that right, the motto Lucio non uro, which translates to I shine, not burn, and the 12-pointed royal stag as the Mackenzie clan crest. The distillery itself, however, wasn't established until 1839. By Alexander Matheson, who, when everyone else around him were building their distilleries in the Speyside region, the Speyside Valley, due to its established transport links and the more hospitable climate, Matheson was only concerned with where he could find the best natural resources to make the finest whisky. And so he settled on an isolated area on the banks of the Cromarty Firth. Starting from scratch, Matheson built everything from the warehouses to the railways even, forging his own path, which at the same time ensured that the Dalmore would always have its own unique character and taste. Fast forward then 28 years to 1867, and it's at this time that Alexander Matheson decides to pass on the distillery to some new owners. And these new owners were Andrew and Charles Mackenzie of the clan Mackenzie. And they brought with them the 12-pointed stag emblem, which has adorned every bottle of the Dalmore since then. They also brought with them a fresh desire and passion for creating an even better whisky. Fairly quick on the history side this time. Not a huge amount of information on Dalmore's website, which will be linked down below for you to visit and have a look at the other whiskies. They do quite a range on there, and I didn't want to trust non-official sites that may have said, oh, this happened. So fairly quick, but also do try and get these videos down a bit so that they're not really drawn out. So we get the brief history and then we move on to the whiskey tasting, which is the main event. And this brings us to the whiskey that we're trying today. So it is, as I said, the Dalmore Highland Single Malt Scotch Whisky King Alexander III. Really nice box on this one, and I will open this up like this. Quite hard to open, but you can see in here, really nice display case, really nice colour to that whisky in there. It's got a little bit of information on here talking about the Dalmore custodians. Basically, if you subscribe to their website, you can sign up and become a custodian. You get privileged access to restricted areas of the Dalmore.com, exclusive content, unique offers. So it's a little thing. If you like the whiskey, you can get a little bit more from them than just getting the whiskey. And then you've got a little bit here, because obviously the picture, if you can see on here, is a piece of art, and it was Benjamin West painted The Fury of the Stag. Was commissioned by the Clan Mackenzie in 1786 and depicts an ancestor of the clan saving Scotland's king from the fury of a charging stag. The canvas is the largest in the National Galleries of Scotland, measuring 12 by 17 feet in size. So that, obviously, we can see here. I'm assuming this would this gentleman here would be Colin Kintail, and this poor chap down here is going to be not Robert Baratheon, but King Alexander, getting attacked by a stag. A few other ghostly faces in the background who I don't know who they are. So the whiskey, I feel it's something special, this whiskey. We've got a little bit more information, but I'm just taking it out of this box. Have another look. In the back of the box, you've got the 12-pointed Royal Stag, the Dalmore. We'll close this up. So obviously this whiskey, crafted to honour the act of saving Scotland's king in 1263. It's a non-age statement expression, and it unites 6 specially selected casks housing spirits of perfect maturity. Whiskies were matured in ex-bourbon casks, Methuselah Oloroso sherry, wood, Madeira barrels, Marsala casks, port pipes, and Cabernet Sauvignon wine barriques, or barricas. I'm not sure what that word is. And they're brought together, it says, in perfect harmony, with each cask giving its own flavour notes, delivering a unique, complex single malt whiskey. It is also, coincidentally, the only sextuple wood finished whiskey in the world. And now it's time to open it, and I'm quite excited by this. Through doing this series, I've discovered that I really like a double wood finish, and this is a sextuple wood finish, so very, very excited to try this one. Just had to use a tool there, and we've got that out. Got the 12-pointed Royal Stag again on the foil top. It is corked. Lovely little pop there. Such a nice colour to this. And I've even got a new little glass, which we'll pour a little bit in now. Smallest drop of water, because it's only a 40%, so it's not a little bit of ice in there, but never mind. It's not over strong. 40% volume. Got the new tasting glass on the go. We'll give it a bit of a swirl. But look at that colour, absolutely outstanding. Really deep ruby red finish to it, particularly in the actual bottle. You can see such a deep red hue to it, really rich looking. And we'll have a smell. Wow, that is powerful. So many flavours in there. Very fruity smell to it. Like berries. You can smell the sherry on there. Maybe a little bit of the vanilla, the bourbon casks. It smells very good. Taste. The motto, Lucio non uro, doesn't burn. Doesn't burn. Such a complex flavour. All the different things are hidden in there. Bit of citrus. You can tell. You can pick out the bourbon finish in there. The sherry again. Bit of dryness to the wine, richness of the port. Outstanding. Absolutely amazing. Not disappointed that there's no age to it. There will be an age to it. They just don't shout about it. It's not the key talking point of this whiskey. The key thing of this whiskey is the sextuple wood finish. You don't want to be hung up on, oh, how old is it? This is a whiskey for people who enjoy exploring the flavours of whiskey and picking them out. It's quite creamy taste to it, very smooth. No burn there at all. When you sit it in the mouth, exploring all those flavours. Very rich. Nice finish of spice afterwards. Warming sort of taste to it. I'm going to have a bit now, as we do, without the water. See what it's like now. Definitely one not to rush through this. I will be keeping this now. Might have a glass this evening, and then it'll be put away to New Year, I think. Very different smell. Very, very different without the water. Never really drank Madeira or Masala, so can't really say if I'm picking out those flavours and aromas. But it's very deep flavour and scent. Very easy to identify, like I said, the sherry, the bourbon, the port. That is stunning. Better without the water. That is a beautiful, beautiful example of what can be done if you dare to try something different. It tastes stronger than a 40%, but at the same time, it's not overly powerful. No peat either, which I was pleased to see when I ordered it. I ordered this from Masters of Malt, which is where I've also got the glass from. It was £155 or thereabouts, give or take a few pence. A lot more than I would normally have, or would ever have previously spent on a whiskey. However, doing the show now on a monthly format is going to allow me to purchase the odd more expensive whiskey to try. This is just beautiful. Quite a dry finish, not long lasting, very very short finish, down to the dryness I'm putting that. Stunning bottle as well, all the Dalmores, not very different to any of the other Dalmores, just this bit here is the different part, and obviously what's inside. But the stag's head is on every bottle of the Dalmore. Absolutely stunning. Well done to the craft makers, the people, the distillers, really excelling at making whiskey. That is an absolutely beautiful drink. I'm looking forward to New Year when I'm like having that again. Definitely ranking right up there with, out of all the whiskies, not just the ones I've tried for the series here, all whiskies I've tried, that is up there. It's really good. I like it. I really like it. I don't know what else to say. It is stunning as a whiskey. I'm glad it was as well, because you're always worried that when you buy something at that value that it's going to disappoint you. That hasn't. Been counting the days from when I ordered it to when it arrived, and I wasn't going to film today because it arrived later than I was thinking it was. I was hoping it was going to. Really pleased I did though. Yes, Dalmore King Alexander III. It's not going to be one that I'm going to say run out and buy because it's £155. It's an expensive whiskey. If you get some money and you're looking and you like whiskey and you're looking for something to spend it on, you wouldn't go wrong in buying a bottle of Dalmore King Alexander III. It's in stock on the Masters of Malt website. It is out of stock if you go to thedalmore.com. So if you do want it, it's also a £10 diva on their own website. So if you want it and you do have the money and you want to treat yourself, maybe for New Year, maybe for Christmas, maybe just to treat yourself, you've worked hard, you've done a good job, fair play to you. Masters of Malt, £154.95 I think it was, to be exact. But that is October's whiskey. Thank you for joining me. Next month, I want to say I don't know, but there's a good chance it will be a Glenfiddich. Glenfiddich emailed me to tell me that they've just released their third in the experimental series, Winter Storm, and I'm thinking about it. That may be the next month. December we'll have a year in review. That is going to look back at the last 12 months, and by that point I think it will be 25 whiskies. I will be picking my 5 best from those 25. So join me then. Join me in November for what will more than likely be Glenfiddich, but it may be something different. I may get something different, I don't know. So join me then. I've been Jedi Mantis. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next month. Cheers.